Welcome to Alternative Universe. Reptiles in all civilizations. If you see the past of the most important civilization in our planet, you can find the clues about the visit of the reptiles. If you see the sculpture or the drawings, for example in Egypt, China, Sumer, and other civilizations, you can find many facts about the reptiles. I am going to start with the Sumer civilization, the first civilization in our planet. The Sumer had 23 deities. The most important were Enki and Enlil. There is a myth which is really interesting in order to understand our origin, because Enki and Enlil, they were like the creators of the human being. Enki was the most important scientist in the past. They modified the DNA of a creature that inhabit the planet Earth in the past, so they were able to create the human being. The purposes are not really clear. According to Zacharias Sitchin, the reptiles created the human being in order to extract the gold of the planet. But there are other theories about this purpose. In the Bible, you can find the serpent that tried to seduce to Eve in order to eat the apple of the knowledge. The serpent, to me, it was a reptile, the reptile from another space that tried to induce the humans in order to get the knowledge, to increase their conscience, because information, knowledge is not a bad thing, as the Catholic Church tried to show us. It's not bad to give knowledge to the people. The apple represents the knowledge, the conscience. Also in America we can find the Quetzalcoatl serpent. It was like the god for this civilization. The Aztecan civilization, they had this god, and they represented this god in their sculpture in the pyramids of the ancient Aztec civilization. Also the Mayans, they had this kind of representations about serpents. Another culture that had this information about the serpents or the reptile is the Indian culture. For example, the Nagas, they were like deities. These deities were half human being, half serpent. And you can find this information in the Mahabharata about the Nagas. What a casualty. Reptiles also as a god. In Australia, in the drawings of the old civilization, you can find many representations about esoteric lives, about serpents. They had a myth who talks about a raven who is beside a serpent. It is a god for them. In the Egypt civilization, probably the most important civilization in the past, they also had information about the reptiles, and you can find it in the Caduceo. The Caduceo is the representation of the DNA reptile in our DNA. You see? If you see the hieroglyphics, you can find representation about human beings and reptiles. They are serpents who are moving besides the human beings. It's like a transmutation of the serpent to human beings. Really strange. In China, another civilization who represents the reptile as a god. For them, the Imperator, he was like the representation of the god in the earth. He was like dragon for them, the dragon, a god for the ancient China civilization. Another culture that talks about the reptiles is the Dogon culture. This culture is belonging to the Africa. According to this Dogon, in the past, it was a civilization who came from the outer space in order to teach many knowledge about how to improve their civilization. They thought about many important things to the Dogon civilization in the past. Also, you can find the point in the universe which these reptile creatures come from. Well, as you see, many reptiles are tied to all civilization, and you can find this representation in many facts of the culture. According to many people, the most important people in this planet have relation with the reptiles. Many people think that this reptile they have like a important people following their instructions, but not even any people. The royalty of the United Kingdom, the most important president of our planet, they have DNA reptile inside them, because they try to control our planet, and they want to keep the control in our planet, because reptile culture or reptile race has the most important influence in our planet, and even they want to keep this control. Many people think that the Illuminati order is the most important organization that keep the control in the society, and they follow the destruction of the reptiles. Well, this is it, and I wish you understand how these reptiles are in our civilization, in our culture from million years ago. I want you figure it out how the reptiles keep the control of our civilization even in nowadays. See you next time in another chapter of Alternative Universe.